Hi guys, today I have my monthly manis for April 2020. It's crazy, we are already in May, but this year it's just crazy overall. But anyways, I did wear quite a few nail polishes, so let's just get started. I first wore two polishes I will declutter actually. The first one is from Top Shelf Lacquer. The shade is called Jack Frost Cocktail. This one came from the PolishCon 2016. It is a beautiful shade. It's a sky blue kind of shimmery color and it has a lot of flakies in there. Nothing's wrong with it. I just don't really feel like the color. I typically don't wear sky blues like this. So I think I would declutter it just because I don't see myself wearing it again. The next shade is from Different Dimension. The color is called Peony for Your Thoughts. I believe this one was a Mother's Day special release a couple years ago. I like the shade. I think it's a beautiful color. It's soft but still has somewhat of that bleached neon vibe. So it is quite unique in my opinion. Also, it has a dual chrome shimmer that shifts pink to gold. So it is a rather unique shade. The formula is a little bit on the thicker side, but not difficult to work with at all. It's almost a one coater. I just don't think the color looked all that great on me. It just didn't really complement my skin tone, I feel. So for that reason, I am decluttering it. By the way, I did mention destashing my nail polishes on my nail polish decluttering video. I would be going forward to selling my destashed nail polishes on Instagram from this point on because I used to sell them on Store Envy, but I realized that they do charge a fee from you guys and then from me. And on top of that, I also have to pay a service fee for PayPal. So that really just adds up. I don't think it's, you know, for a few dollars of goods, it's really not worth paying 3 different fees. So I would be moving everything to Instagram and I will have my destash page down below if you're interested. Next, I have Olympus Would Be That Way from Color Infinity. This is a beautiful shade. It's kind of this royal blue purple color and it has some flakies inside. I used to love this. I still like it. I just don't think it wows me anymore because I've had so many more indies over the years. So I would declutter it, but also you can see this bottle, I've worn it a ton. I actually have a fill line. So that just showed you how much I actually love it. But I don't think I would be wearing it much going forward. Might as well just get rid of it. The next one is a gorgeous polish. I love it so much. This is from Claresti Carol. It came from last year's spring collection, I believe. I bought the whole collection. This one is called Cotton Candy Freak. It's basically a super pale grayed out lavender base color and it has a assortment of neon matte glitters and it's just gorgeous. The glitters are not super dense, which is what I prefer. I didn't like the super bumpy or like too intense kind of glitter look. This one definitely has all the colors in there, but it's like sparse enough that it looks cute. And the formula is super easy to work with. I don't know how Claresti Carol does it, but she has great Crelly formulas. No regrets here whatsoever. This is a really gorgeous one. Next, I wore a cream from OPI and it's red. So I should really go through my OPI creams because I have so many of them and I rarely touch them nowadays. Regardless, this one is more like a strawberry pink color. The name is called My Chihuahua Bites. This was completely inspired by Diana from Some Call Me Coco. She wore this shade and I just had to get it and I wore it. It's really good. I mean, OPI does reds. Like they know what they're doing, but there's so many of them. So I don't think you need to run out of there to get this polish. If you do get it, there's nothing wrong with it. It's perfect. The formula is great. The color's great. It's a good polish. Then I have a polish that I almost decluttered, but decided to give it a try right before I do that. And I'm so glad I did that. This is from Pretty Polished. The color is called Shameless Sugarplum. So this guy is a glitter Crelly. When I wore it, I realized the base color is just brilliant because it's this kind of dirty, muddy nude pink. It has a touch of brown in there, which actually complements my skin tone so well. It looks very just neutral, but on top of that, it has so many different colored metallic glitters in there, mainly on the cool toned side. We have purple and blue and like periwinkle and fuchsia in there. And I think the formula is like fantastic to a point that this is almost a one coater, a nude crelly one coater. Like, what are we even talking about? This is just so unexpectedly good, and I am super glad that I didn't declutter it and actually gave it a chance. Then I wore Graceful Polish Cute Tea. This one is my one and only Graceful Polish, and the shade actually came from a hollow hookup box many years ago. So I finally decided to try it. This is just kind of like a really light powdery pink hollow polish, and it has a pretty strong kind of gold shimmer in there. I really didn't think much out of it because powdery pinks sometimes could be good for my skin tone, sometimes it doesn't. I just didn't know how it would play out, so I decided to try it, and it certainly did not disappoint. The formula is extremely easy to work with, and actually the color turned out really cute for me, at least. So I'm very pleased that I got to try it, and I enjoyed it quite a bit. So after wearing all those like pinks and reds for a little while, I just woke up one morning, decided to wear a ugly pretty green, and I just felt that, you know, your mood calls for it. So I went with my Cirque Colors Beatnik. So this one is a very famous shade. I'm sure a lot of you guys own it and you all know about it. The color is really unique. The formula is pretty good. So I really don't have anything bad to say about it. And then after wearing this for a day, I just decided to spice it up a little bit. So I used Moonshine Mani I Saw the Shine. This is a flaky topper, and it was sent to me as PR last month or 2 months ago. And this one, I've seen it over a range of different colors when I saw the swatch photos, but I don't remember seeing anyone using it over a green. So I was just curious how it would turn out. And I'm so glad because I always think gold and green could play nice together. And this topper definitely has a lot of that pink to gold shift, and it's very warm. On top of that, I think Beatnik does have a lot of yellow in it, or it's a yellow leaning green. So I think the tone of those two really played well together. And then I wore a polish that I have already decluttered. It is my Island Girl Aloha Magic. Island Girl is a brand that's sold at ABC stores. I believe ABC stores are only in Vegas or Hawaii. It's basically a convenience store, and it has a lot of Hawaiian themed things in there. So I picked up that polish over Christmas when I was in Vegas, and I just wanted to try a bright sky blue, and I think that color performs really well. It's opaque. It's very similar to Pretty Serious Pookie, which I just wore in March, so I decided I don't need both. I'll just keep the Pretty Serious one. But it is a really good polish, and after I wore it, I wanted to play with topper a little more, so I put Native War Paints Changes over on top of it. It looks like a hollow topper at first glance, but it does also have a lot of iridescent glitters in there that shifts color from gold to green to red. So I think because it has two major components in there, the hollow and the glitter, it really gives it like a very different kind of look. And I enjoyed it quite a bit. I don't think the picture really did it justice, but I just love those kind of like warmer sparkles on top of the sky blue polish. Then I went for another kind of powdery baby pink color. This one is from Color Infinity. It is called Sleeping Beauty. This guy I've had forever, never wore it just because I know light pinks could be tricky for me. I never really knew what to expect. Finally, I wore it. It has a really strong kind of blue shimmer shift. It's really pretty. The formula is pretty good. I used 2 coats. This polish has a really strong kind of purple shift that's really pretty. Also, it has a very subtle kind of black speckled look in there, which I didn't really realize it was there until I had it on my nails. That was a really pleasant surprise. However, I just don't think the color really complemented my skin tone. I don't think I liked it all that much on me, but like the polish itself is really great. And I just think light pinks could be really picky for me, at least, because this month alone I wore 3 different types of light pinks. 2 of them didn't work out and only 1 worked out. So you can see right there, the one that worked out is right here, Cute Tea from Graceful polish, and those two just didn't really complement my skin tone. And then with a really skeptical mind, knowing that light pinks could be tricky and light nudie colors, I decided to give this one a try. This is from Clarissa Carroll. It's called HAZEL'S Lullaby. I almost wanted to declutter it because I thought there's no way it would work out for me. But somehow this really pale kind of nude color really just looked gorgeous on my skin tone. It just makes my hands look very elegant, and like my nails look elongated with it, and the formula is extremely easy. I think this one has to be one of my top nudes for sure, but maybe like top manis in 2020 now. It's that good, and I am so impressed with this formula, and I love those black matte glitters against the super neutral base. It just has that sort of contrast, but still very classic looking. So I love this one a ton. Then finally, I decided to wear something a little deeper just because I was kind of burnt out by those lighter spring colors. So I went with my Mace polish Mojave Trails. This one came from a PPU in 2018 April, and I thought this one was a really beautiful, just traditional kind of deeper purple hollow. I was very happy with it. The formula is great, and the color is exactly what I wanted. So that's Mojave Trails from Mace Polish. Then I decided to wear KL Polish Pisces. This one is a shimmery kind of sky blue, and it's really sheer, really watery. I used 3 coats. I think at the end of 3 coats it worked out fine, but 2 coats are definitely not enough. I don't know, I just don't like shimmery blues on me all that much. I realized like this one or the first one that I showed you, Top Shelf Lacquer Jackfruit Cocktail. I think shimmery blues are, or mid-tone shimmer blues, I should clarify. I am picky about them. There's nothing wrong, I just don't like how they look on me, you know? So I think I would declutter this one. I don't see myself ever wearing it again. Talking about shimmery blues, here's one that worked out great for me. This is from Glisten Glow. The color is called You and Me. Actually, on my nails, it turned out much deeper. I think in the bottle, I see a lot of that hollow dusting, which is silver, and it makes the shade look lighter. On my nails, the pigment really shined through. It almost looked like a deeper navy denim kind of blue color, and it has a very subtle kind of dual chrome shift. I think it's just some shimmer that shifts to purple, and also it has a hollow flaky situation going on. So overall, I am actually quite pleased with it, mainly because it's a little deeper and it was a good polish. Then I wanted to wear another pretty ugly green, and I went with my SquareHue Grassland Safari. This one is a gorgeous polish. It came out in September 2013. Back then, nobody cared about ugly pretty greens, I'm pretty sure. So when I received this polish back in the day, I did not care much for it whatsoever, but now look at it, it's such a gem. And this one is a little bit more on the sheer side. I did have to use 3 coats, but it's almost like a jelly formula. Once it dried on your nails, it has a very squishy look, and I enjoyed it quite a bit. I think if you want to compare to Beatnik from Cirque colors, you can see that this one is much lighter and even yellower, but on its own, it definitely still is a green. So I think those kind of colors are pretty, and this one, because it's lighter, it definitely is a spring shade versus Beatnik. I think a lot of times it's borderline more like a fall shade. But both are gorgeous. Next, I wore Marigold from 90 Lacquer. So this one, I don't want to stir up any controversy whatsoever, but I had a hard time with it. I know a lot of people love 90 Lacquer, and I didn't try them out until last year around Black Friday. That was my first order, and a lot of the polishes that I got from that order have a fluffy brush syndrome. I wonder if it's a batching issue. Maybe just for that batch, she got some fluffy brushes, but let me show you. Look at how huge this one is. Let me wipe it off a little bit. So it's supposed to be a flat brush, which means on one side is skinnier. You guys know what a flat brush is, but I don't think you could even tell which side is flat. Can you? it's just all around like really huge. And because Jess, which is the maker that makes 90 Lacquer, she prefers thicker formula, which I totally understand. I like thicker formulas too. But with a fluffy brush, the thicker formula becomes a killer. It really just made it so difficult for me to apply because if I wipe it, like too much will come off of a brush. I get a bare brush. Or if I have polish on there, then it's just fluffy. So it just flooded my cuticles. It's hard to apply. And this is not the only bottle that had this problem though. Like I said, I ordered quite a few from her during Black Friday, and I want to say so far out of the ones I have tried, about half of them have this problem. So it definitely alerts me a little bit. It makes me hesitant to order more from her. I did, however, order, I think, 4 more polishes from her during her birthday haul. I haven't received it yet. There was shipping issues. She was really kind. We were in contact with each other, but I think it should arrive later this week, which is mid-May now. So I can't wait to see what those 4 polishes or their brushes would look like. I really, really hope that was just a batching issue and like this is all behind us and all the new polishes she has won't have this problem anymore. Fingers crossed. All right, the very, very last polish is a very happy polish, very gorgeous polish. It's from Zoya. The color is called Cadence. I've had this for a while, never even tried it. And I think mainly because all of these scatter hollows from Zoya are in the deeper kind of color range. And I always just think about them as fall and winter polishes. So in spring and summer, I don't really think about them. However, this one has a much lighter color and I'm so glad I wore it because it's gorgeous. I love that kind of lighter pink, but not super light. It's almost like a grandma rosy pink color, don't you think? But it has a more cooler toned vibe to it. Also, it has a little scatter hollow in there. Anyways, the formula is gorgeous. I love the color, the shade of it. It's sweet and cute, but not overly girly. I think all around it's just really beautiful. So I am really happy I'm ending the Manis in April on a happy note. So that's all the polishes I have to share with you, and I hope you guys enjoyed this. Don't forget that I am resuming my monthly nail polish giveaway now. It's a declutter or destash nail polish giveaway. The rules are really simple. They're down below. Go give it a read if you're interested. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give me a like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.